What's good, y'all? My name is Dylan Green, and this is Real Notes, a space dedicated to blurring the cultural and artistic lines between rap and film. I'm here to chop it up with everyone from rappers and producers to journalists and video directors about their relationship to movies and how, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guest this week is Bronx rapper Tyrxne. We gave our hot takes on the Batman, spoke about his love for The Fifth Element and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze, the art of sneaking into movie theaters, the pros and cons of AMC Stubbs' A-list, listening to Daft Punk and Cassidy, the origins of his original rap name Breeze and Bomb, embracing TikTok and rapping in Spanish, and the creative process behind his first Spanish language album, El Peligro. Come fuck with us. Okay. Sorry, I lost it.
It's called Real Notes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back. Real Notes. It's an oddly chilly June right now. Like I think the solstice was yesterday, but it's like not even 70 degrees out. It's kind of weird that it's so cold in June, but whatever. It's whatever. My name is Dylan CineMasai. I got a lot of names. I do a lot of shit. Bounce around. I eat a lot of goldfish too. I don't think I talk about that on this show a lot, but I eat a lot of goldfish. Y'all can't see them, but I still got the Old Bay joints. They're crazy. Anybody who hasn't tried the Old Bay goldfish, go get those. They're fucking crazy. And I'm with somebody today who also has a lot of names and also does a lot of shit and is always fucking bouncing around everywhere between the city of New York City, for people who don't live here, fucking New York City, and all over the fucking world. Man's a fucking rapper. He's a goddamn TikTok savant. He's a fucking man, we got fucking Tyrxne, formerly known as Breeze and Bomb, but now, you know, Tyrxne T. Bro, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for that introduction. You can't marginalize me. You can't put me in a box.
Come on now. Bro, yeah, man. Nah, we've been talking about doing something for a minute, and I'm finally happy that it could not just be. I'm just happy that it could be something that's like mine, and like because you're here because I've been fucking with your shit for a minute, and I'm just happy about all the progress you've made over the course of the last like 5-6 years, and like El Peligro is about to drop at some point, so like I'm just like, thank you, man. I'm excited you're here.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. It's been a journey, and seeing you on this journey with Real Notes now has been like pretty dope to watch as well. Like this shit lit.
Thank you, bro. This is all just bullshit. I'm just having fun, and I'm just happy anybody cares. So like, let me ask you the first thing I ask everybody who comes on here. What was the last movie or TV show that you watched that you have a strong opinion about?
Ooh, all right. I just seen the Bob's Burgers movie. I don't have a strong opinion about it.
You're the third person in a row who said the Bob's Burgers movie. So what did you think of the Bob's Burgers movie?
Well, that's not my answer, though. That's just the last movie I seen, but I don't have a strong opinion about that one because it was just like, it's cool. It's Bob's Burgers, It's like a long episode. Yeah, I would say I feel like the last movie that gave me like a strong reaction was the Batman.
Tell me about it, because I feel like maybe we talked about it, but maybe we didn't. Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I felt, you know what it felt like? It felt like the metaphor I've been using to describe this is like, you're making this amazing soup, right? Like you cut the fresh garlic, got that shit sizzling, like everybody can smell it in the house, put in all the ingredients. This shit is like almost done. And then like the ratio is perfect. And you just add like 1.5 gallons of water, like into the soup at the end. Like,
right, we did talk about this. I remember now. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like sure, there's a lot of ingredients in there that would be a fire soup, but this shit is whack because this shit is just too long. It's like there's too much nothing happening, all in the in betweens like that. It's like if there's a fucking like a producer's cut, like this feels like a director's cut. Like we need a producer's cut where this shit is like 2 hours long. 215 max.
Right.
And I feel like this shit would be like fire, like a 8.5 to 9. But as it stands now, as a film, I give this shit like a 6. Like,
Woo.
yeah.
So, so in its current state, was there any like what about it stood out to you in a positive way, if there was anything? Like, what did you like about this shit? Because yeah, like it's been like, because I saw it and I liked I think I actually liked it more than you did. I liked it more than I thought I was gonna like it. um I really just thought it was gonna be like the Christopher Nolan shit again, but like with a little bit of a
Yeah.
darker filter. But it like I was I kind of like the I kind of like the like noirish direction they went in the shit. So like, what about, was there anything about this that you like liked at all?
Yeah, there was a lot I liked. For one, it was like clear, like pretty early on, that this shit was like 7, like with Batman skins on. The Brad
Yeah.
Pitt, Morgan Freeman. But so like visually, like it was so beautiful to look at that even in the boring parts is like, wow, look at Batman suit. Like it's like that shit look
Yeah.
cool. Like aesthetically pleased, even if I'm bored. Like, so there's that. The acting I thought was great. I thought Robert Pattinson did a great job as Batman. Uh, Better than I thought. I actually I chose to not have any expectations. Like ever since Heath Ledger, and we all freaked out when they announced it was gonna be Heath Ledger, and then he was
Come
the
on.
best. Like, so like I try not to judge beforehand, but I thought Robert Pattinson did great. Like there was like subtle things he would do with his mouth that just looked like, yeah, this is a really fucking tense, pent up, like fucking just roid rage motherfucker. Like he's just like
Facts. I didn't
fucking
even think about that. That's so,
yeah.
that's like that specific, the mouth shit. Yeah, like he just like kind of just like
It's like a snarl like at all times. Like
yeah, like it was like it's like it's weird to consider that people are still fucking with Hot Topic, and it makes me happy because like just like it just confirms that everything moves in cycles. But like
yeah.
this really felt like new generation, like Hot Topic type shit. Like
Yeah.
like Robert Pattinson as Batman is Hot Topic Batman to me. Like I could see his fucking face on like the black shirt with like the red background,
Yeah.
and it just says some shit like in some like gnarled fucked up handwriting, just like my parents are dead or some
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
like
It works perfect with the "you're not my dad"
yeah.
moment he had with fucking Alfred.
Slam the door and go listen to like the Used, or like
Yeah.
not even Bruce like at this stage, like
I feel like
at this
the
time.
Nirvana song it fucking had. Like
Right,
they
yeah,
already
I
had
forgot.
the song. Yeah.
Either that or like BTS. Like he strikes me as the person who would like slam his door and go listen to some BTS. Rap all those sugar verses on some shit. Like
Put his hand on the fucking poster. Like that would be incredible.
that's fucked up. But yeah. But was there anything else you liked about the movie? Because one thing I really came to, I didn't think I was gonna appreciate Colin Farrell as the fucking Penguin was crazy. He just did like
Yes.
acting wise, he was crazy. But somebody, I saw some Twitter thread where people were talking about how oh, because of Emma Thompson is going to be in the new Matilda, and people are upset that they just like put a thin actress in a fat
And a
suit,
fat suit.
which
Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
heard.
And they, I guess they kind of sort of did the same thing with Colin Farrell as the Penguin, and like they're just like showing how like as good of an actor he is, it was like hard for his face to emote through all the makeup. And I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
see that, but like the mannerisms and everything else of his performance were just so good that like
It
it's
shine.
a yeah, it's an interesting topic that I wasn't really thinking about in the context of the Batman, but like it's definitely something to consider. But like he did great, you know, like he might have been my favorite part of the movie, maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely
maybe.
one of the best parts, especially in terms of like acting. One thing that brings me back to things something I don't like about the movie. He's part of one of the dumbest scenes slash story like fucking plot points.
I think I know which one, but tell me.
Bro, they go through the wildest car chase scene, destroy all type of
Okay.
property, kill God knows how many people. Also, Batman can learn some Spanish grammar, like, and just be like, all
I
right,
knew
you be
it.
good then. Like, I'll see you later. It's like,
Oh, I knew
I'll
you
see
were
you
gonna
next
say that
scene.
shit. Oh my god.
Yo, like, wow, this entire scene it became meaningless. Like, the greatest action scene in the movie is just like, what did he do it for? Oh, Rosetta Stone.
A rat with wings, yo, like just yeah. I just
El and La.
my dad was watching the movie like a couple days ago, and I popped up in that scene, and I was just like, I thought about it. I was like, damn, he really did all of that just to learn the
Yeah,
difference between El and
bro.
La. Like, come on, son. Like, and like
People
that's
died. They had to. The fucking. He came out of a car explosion. He's like, yo, yo.
stop it. Like, like, and like honestly, that's the thing I kind of that's the thing I appreciated about this new version of Bruce, because like he's inexperienced. He's like not the world's greatest detective yet, and like he even like sarcastically calls him the world's greatest detective, or
Yeah,
he calls
yeah.
them the world's greatest detectives. But like I like the shit is stupid. You're so right, but like
They
the
definitely
thing,
made a choice with the him being a rookie, which I liked. What I didn't like, I felt like they just stepped a little too far in that direction. Like, I needed more moments of seeing his potential. It just felt like it was just all like you gotta be a really good scout to be like he's gonna be a great hero one day. Like it's like no, this man
yeah,
sucks. Like
yeah,
no
straight up.
redeeming qualities whatsoever. He's gonna lose at every turn. Like
Like honestly,
oh man, but that
uh,
there's good parts to it for sure. Oh,
yeah,
Catwoman, she was
yeah,
good.
of course. Come on, like she
Yeah.
was, yeah, like on top of the fact that she's Zoe Kravitz, like I just think she did a,
Facts.
um, definitely. I think I liked her more than I liked the Anne Hathaway Catwoman, to be completely honest.
Oh, easily,
Um,
easily,
yeah,
easily.
and
Yeah,
like
Anne Hathaway, Catwoman was very like plastic. It just that it didn't feel inspired. Like it was just like, oh, we got to put Catwoman. It's part three. Like,
yeah, and yeah, like yeah, like these two versions are just completely different, and there's just like more, like it really didn't feel like it didn't feel like Anne Hathaway's Catwoman was like there for any reason other than to be like, oh, like you said, like, oh, we just need to have Catwoman, and she's like here to
yeah,
like, like she's only here because of her relationship to Batman. She has like no, you don't know anything about her. You don't know about her like interior
nothing.
life, or like what likes to go. And then like with Zoe Kravitz, you like you don't learn like a bunch about her, but you know more about her than you do about the fucking Anne Hathaway Catwoman. And like,
Yeah,
you know,
we spent
it
a
is what,
good time just literally watching her POV.
right, like
Yeah,
yeah, right, in the club and shit. Like but I think the most interesting thing about the Batman to me is that like it's a movie that doesn't really seem to like the idea of Batman very much, and I appreciate that, because
mm-hmm.
like people talk all the time about how like I've been thinking about it like this for years. Just like Batman is really just like a rich dude who beats people up in his underwear, and like
Yeah,
the movie's kind of like,
it plays on that a
I
little bit.
yeah, the movie's like, I feel you, like he
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
like yeah, let's examine how like weird and fucked up this whole idea of like of like a billionaire going to buy himself a bat suit and just like beat people up,
And beating up poor
and
people.
like yeah, pretty much, like
Yeah,
like it doesn't like fully
that's definitely
what.
yeah. I was gonna say I feel like that's one thing. I don't know if did Twitter start that because I feel like I started seeing that sentiment on Twitter, just like over the past couple years. Like Batman is just a man who just out here beating up poor people and calling himself the greatest.
um I know I've heard the idea like before I came on Twitter. So I just think more people started to realize it, and Twitter spreads everything to every corner of everywhere. But
Yeah.
like it's just funny to me, like and even the um yeah, just like I've been wanting to like watch the movie from front to back again, but I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like life-changing or amazing, but I just liked it more than I thought I would, and I guess that was enough. But
Yeah.
I'm
I
I
literally
yeah.
sighed when I left the theater. Like I was like, like I sighed during the movie and after the movie. Like it just like got that response out of me. It wasn't even calculated. It's just like, holy shit, I am exasperated. Like
Yeah,
this shit
I'm
is long.
tired. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that shit was an endurance test. God damn.
It would be a
So
great series.
yeah, there was like a lot of it did feel like it was like made for HBO Max, and it was supposed to be like a 5 to 6 episode show, and they just
Yeah.
like made it a movie, which
Yeah. Fuck it.
yeah, why not, I guess. Like
Yeah.
so for you growing up, like what's the first memory you have of like going, or not even going to the movies, but like watching a movie? Like it could be at the theater, it could be at your cousin's house, it could be wherever, just like first time movie, anything.
Um I my mom always made it a point to kind of take us to the movies, me and my brother, like even from a young age, even at an age where like most people were like, the kid is gonna be too noisy, Like for her, it was like you're gonna learn how to sit down and enjoy cinema. Like I don't care if this shit rated R. I want to see this movie, so you better calm your ass down.
Right.
So I don't know if I could pinpoint like the first movie experience. I do remember seeing Casper on my birthday when I was like, what was that, like 95 or something? The
Something like
Casper
that, yeah.
movie. Yeah, and like I think that was like a moment with graphics, right? Like that
I,
was just like a whole new experience.
yeah, because they like did weird shit with the fact that they were ghosts and you could like kind of sort of see through them. Yeah, no, that was cool. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I felt like that felt magical. Like it being my birthday, it being a little new visual experience, big screen. That that was dope. I fucking Another image that comes to mind is like I don't know if you've been to the movie theaters on like by 61st Street, by Columbus Circle, roughly Lincoln Square.
Um, oh, the AMC.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've been there.
yeah. So there, when you go downstairs, the escalator, it has like the ceiling is kind of like a film strip that's colored like kind of like a rainbow.
I've never been in the basement. I've always wanted to go down there, but I
Uh
but the
you
every
walk
movie.
you walk by it though. You can kind of see like the little colorful.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
I feel
exactly
like
what you're talking about.
that specific like little journey down has kind of like stuck in my brain from like young age where that has even appeared in my dreams at different moments. Just like being on that escalator going down and it's like a film, that colorful rainbow. Yeah, that's a good memory.
That's crazy.
That's still around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still there because I went to see what was the last thing I saw there? I think I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once over there because I was in the city that day. And
Everything, everywhere, all at once. I don't think I know that one.
yeah, so it's I don't know how to describe it. Just like go look it up later. It's the best thing I've seen all year. It's well, actually no, I guess I can describe it a little bit. It's about a woman. She's a Chinese American immigrant, and she owns a laundromat, and she gets swept up in like a multiverse, like
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
seen the trailer, I think. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
stupid. Go see it. It's so far the best thing I've seen all year. It's really, really, really incredible.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna see if it's still in theaters. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be in theaters for a while. It's been running, I think, since like March or some shit. and like movies don't stay in the theater for longer than like 3-4 months. So like the fact that it's still there is
Yeah,
yeah.
it says something.
Mm.
It says something. I got a quick
So
question for you.
yes,
So,
please.
do you have the AMC Movie Pass A list like
I
unlimited?
do. I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, but I've been really contemplating it.
Man. So I love it. It's like I think I pay 25 a month for it. And it's like, but like even considering how expensive, like you know how expensive it is to go to the fucking movies in New York City,
Yeah.
like shit is gonna cost you at least 15, so like
Yeah.
it like you could see like 2 movies a month and the shit pays for itself,
Yes. Yeah.
like because I'm actually going to see Buzz Lightyear tonight. Actually, I'm
Nice.
pretty hype about that. I was gonna go see it last night, but I got too busy. But shit. But yeah, I like it. It's cool. You pay 25 a month. You can see. I'm really about to do a fucking ad. Like it's
Yeah, it's a
25.
great product. Yeah.
25 a month. You get to see. I think it's up to like 3 movies a week for free. Like any format. It could be regular Adobe,
IMAX.
AMC, IMAX, all of it. Like you don't pay extra.
Crazy.
Um, but the only downside, the way that because they do a trial where you can get a month for $1, which is a great deal,
Mm,
obviously.
yeah.
But what's in the fine print, they lock you in for 2 months. So you get that month for $1, and then you have to pay the full price for at least
You
two
gotta
more
pay the
months.
other.
And then
Yeah. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
top, of that, if you want to cancel your membership, you can't resubscribe for 6 months after you cancel. So like, yeah, it's yeah.
Well,
So
I could see I could theorize why they would do that. And that the can't resubscribe for 6 months, like preventing people from just doing that shit like every
right,
other fucking week just to scam the system or whatever. But yeah,
yeah.
it's interesting. It's interesting.
But I love it. Like like I got no plans to get rid of it. It's like if you feel like you want to go to the movies more often and you don't, like there's nothing that'll get you there than knowing like, oh, I paid $25 for this. Let me go catch at least one or two
Yeah,
movies,
it should
like
pay for already.
right. Like you don't even, like and like if you wanted, you could even just like I think like you could like go see it. You could like go see 3 movies like in a day if you want. But that's
Yeah,
like, but like who has time for that really? Like I'm not trying to see like three
bro.
movies in a day.
You know who
Like
has time for that?
who has
I
time for that?
do.
Hey, all
I
right,
got time for that.
fuck it.
Yeah.
I te-
Nah, let me
I
tell you why I say that though. This
why?
has to do with like early movie theater memories too. So before there was assigned seating, which is like cool, but also takes away from what I'm about to tell you. Me and my mom and my brother, we would regularly like go to the movie theaters at the first like screening, like noon, watch a movie, and then
Yeah.
sneak into a movie. Like there was a day we saw 4 movies. Like we arrived at like we pretty much arrived when it opens and left when the theater was closing. Like
That's hard.
shit was,
I love that.
yeah, and only paid for the one ticket. What was brutal was that all the fucking trailers are pretty much the same. So it's like 15 minutes each
Uh,
movie. So it was like an hour of fucking seeing the same trailers. That was
so
hard.
do you remember what the 4 movies you saw in that one day were?
Ooh. Yeah, okay. So I think on the day in which we saw the most movies, it was Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
part one. Uh fuck, what was the other ones? I think that's the only one I remember. Yeah, that was definitely the standout of the day. I'm gonna have
Gotcha.
to look back at the release calendar and see what movies are around. And like, oh yeah, that one, of course.
That's
But
so
yeah, Pirates of the
crazy.
Caribbean was like that show was like, and we snuck into that one. We didn't even pay for that one.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yo. So there are 2 times I think in my maybe more than two, but there's 2 times I like snuck into a movie. One was here in Jersey and one was in the city. So the first one, me and the homies we wanted to go see Zombieland when Zombieland came out. And
Fire.
but before that was the Michael Moore documentary Capitalism a Love Story, which we also really wanted to see for whatever reason. So we
This movies are
saw
entertaining.
they are, yeah.
Yeah.
So we saw the Michael Moore joint, and then we got out of that, and my homie Sam, shout out to Sam, he was on the other side of the theater and he let us in, and we just kind of walked in. And this is also before assigned seating, so we just
Yeah.
walked in and just ran it because like Zombieland had like just come out and it was like the hot ticket, so like
Yeah.
so like we just kind of strolled in and pulled up and watched Zombieland. And we did two in a day. And
Fire.
and then one year for my birthday, when I like really first started coming into the city by myself, me and that same group of friends, I took them to the Empire 25 because they had never been before. And we so I what was it? I'm trying to remember how it went down. So I had wanted to go see, damn, was it my birthday or was it something else? Either way, like regardless of what the event was, we went there, and they wanted to go see Bad Lieutenant Porter Called New Orleans, the Nicolas Cage cop movie, which is amazing. I was being a hater. I wasn't feeling it. Like I made it like
He's like, no.
25 minutes. Yeah, really. Like I was being such a brat, and like I left because I wanted to go see Fantastic Mr. Fox. So I left and caught like 20 minutes of Fantastic Mr. Fox. And then I stopped being a dickhead and went back upstairs, and we watched the rest of the movie. And like the movie was like I said, I was being a hater for no reason. The movie's great. It's one of my favorite movies I ever seen now. But like,
Amazing.
like at the Empire 25, you used to be able to buy a ticket and then like go sneak up the escalator and go somewhere else, or like
Yeah.
or like do what y'all did where like you start at one movie and then you like make your way up the escalator and go see the other. And we did that a couple of times. We did that a couple of times. Like obviously it's a little harder to do that now because they really crack down over there. But sneaking
the fucking reservation of the seating cracks down on itself, because it's like, sure, you can sneak in, they can let you in, but then you'll be sitting on the chair and someone's like, that's my seat. You're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And then you move to another spot, someone else arrives, that's my seat. Oh shit, sorry. So it's like, it just, who wants to go through all that shit?
Right.
So,
But the
yeah, man,
but the
they fucked
but
the
the
game
fun,
up.
for real. Damn. But the fun thing is now, like people don't be coming to the movies like they used to. At least not yet. Like it depends on the kind of movie. Like
Yeah.
so there are some times where like I'll go to
Spider-Man, everybody gonna call up.
right, exactly. So like sometimes I'll go to a movie and like I'll be one of like 10 people there. So like at that point you could just pick your own seat. But yeah, like if you're trying to go see like a Spider-Man or like a Doctor Strange, like like you're just gonna have to wait till the next one or go tomorrow or whatever the fuck. So, but
Facts.
shout out to sneaking into movie theaters. It's a little harder than it used to be, but if you can make it happen,
there's a will.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be that guy. I endorse it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell y'all to not do it. Pay for movies though. Like if you can, like please pay for movies, because like that's how like movies they make their money, when you pay for them. And like if you want to see good shit, pay for it. But also if you need to sneak in, I feel you. I won't judge. It's all good. God damn. So as you got older and you started to watch more and more movies and shit, was there like a specific time, like was there a specific film that made you fall in love with movies? Like not even it doesn't even necessarily need to be in like like an artful way, but just in the sense that like, oh, like this really made me, like this kind of caught me off guard, and like I didn't expect this to hit me the way it did. Like, yeah, yeah.
I fell in love with movies pretty young, and I think but the first movie that made me feel like, wow, this is good was Teenage Mutant.
Oh
I was like,
man.
as a kid, like, oh my god, this is art. This is fucking beautiful.
You're
Like
talking about the first one, right?
the part two,
Oh,
where they were like,
Oh, Secret of the Ooze. Okay.
yeah, when it starts off and they're in the mall and like they beating up the, what is it, like, is it foot soldiers they're beating up? Or just like people who are robbing the mall? Can't remember.
I can't
But
remember. It's been too long.
yeah, that opening scene, you got, I think it was Donatello pretending to be a mannequin. He was like, it was just, wow.
those movies
Masterclass of filmmaking.
those movies are so much fun, man. Like they feel so good. Like even now, because I watched the first one pretty recently again, and like it was like slightly before our time, like maybe
Yeah,
by like 1 or 2 years, but like those movies are just so much fun, and like the turtles look great, the fight scenes are all so good, and like
yeah, and no
like
CG.
yeah, no CG. What like like CG is cool when it's good, but just I'm a sucker for like creature suits and practical effects. I love that. I love all that shit. So like
Yeah,
just like how intricate like you could because I think the suits were designed by like the Jim Henson people. So like they were like super duper intricate and had all like the puppet
yes,
shit and like
yes.
I always remember the one scene in the first movie where they're fighting and one of them like ducks their head into the shell. I was just like, oh shit, it just looks so fucking crazy. Like, yo, just
Yeah, oh yeah.
um but now I gotta ask, who's your favorite turtle? You have a favorite turtle?
Oh yeah, of course. Shit. Is Donatello? That's the orange one, right? Well, I don't know why I'm
No,
blanking.
no, Michelangelo's the
Wait,
orange one.
Michelangelo. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
balling. Michelangelo. Yes, Michelangelo is definitely my favorite. He's a goofball. Always joking, always laughing, always smiling. Fucking. I used to have like a lot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. Like I think like everyone that was made even at that time. Like we
Oh
had the
wow.
bus that will open up, and it was like,
Oh, I always wanted that bus. Oh, damn. I know exactly which one
yeah,
you're talking about,
yeah, that shit was lit. And
bro.
yeah, that was a real long time ago, but that was, yeah, it's like the movie, toy, everything was all encompassing. But
Right, man.
yeah, I'd say probably like a little more older. I think the Fifth Element was like the first time more in an artful way where it was like, I want there to be a part two so I could be in it. Like I started thinking about like that level of creation of like being or making movies. It's just like, I want there to be a part two so I can be the fucking sixth element. Like, yeah, that was a good movie right there. Saw that in
what
theater.
what is it about the fifth? Because you're the second you're the second person after Pat, who I just had on 2 weeks ago, to mention the Fifth Element. So like what is it like it's such a weird, like really wonderful little movie. Like it's like
Mhm.
it's so hard to like describe what that movie is, but like what was it about the Fifth Element that really like, because I'm always curious when people say that's one of their favorites because it's just so
Yeah.
like so out there, but like what was it about the Fifth Element that really grabbed you?
What's crazy is that I haven't really thought about that question until you just asked me. But if I had to say, I feel like the Fifth Element in one story, like, portrays and dives into so many like archetypes and like just different. It's like there's the you have Will Smith, who's the male hero, right, and just like has all his typical archetypical
You mean Bruce Willis?
elements in him. Yeah, what did I say?
You said Will
Who?
Smith.
Will Will Smith. Yo, he should have been in that movie.
Yeah, for real. I'm surprised he wasn't. But anyway.
He would have been slapping all the aliens. So Bruce Willis, yes.
Yeah.
But then you have like, he's not even really the savior. Like it's the woman. She's like the most powerful, the most dangerous, but also like needs the most protection. Like,
Yeah.
then you
That
have
was
all the
Mila. That was, sorry to cut you off. That was
yeah,
the actress was Mila Jovovich, who I love. She's fucking Alice from the Resident Evil movies.
yeah,
Shout
she's
out to
Miss
Mila
Resident
Jovovich.
Evil.
For real, she's the best. I love her. Shout out to Mila Jovovich. Anyway,
Yeah, and I think also as a kid, just fucking like the amount of cleavage she had, it was like the first time you're like, oh shit, like my
right,
PP is standing up. Like,
right. I feel you. Yeah, shout out, shout out to Mila. For real.
then it has like all the religious elements that are going on with how you have like the priests, and like then the aliens are also like tied into like the creation of, there's just so much shit going on there that like it's almost like an anime. It's almost like a western that it just really captures the imagination.
Right. Like it was you ever watch the show Aeon Flux before? The MTV show?
Yes, I have.
Cause like the Fifth Element always kind of like I can't I'm pretty sure I saw the Fifth Element first because I didn't like know the Eon, because like Eon Flux once again was a thing when we were like babies.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like I think I saw the Fifth Element first, and then I watched Aeon Flux because I was like really into like the old MTV. Like I was into like Liquid Television and all that shit. So I just like I was doing my homework, and I was like, this reminds me a lot of the Fifth Element. And then they made the Eon Flux movie, and I was like, oh, maybe it'll be like weird and cool like the Fifth Element, and it wasn't.
it
Like
was not though.
I love Charlize Theron, but that movie was fucking
That
trash.
was
I
that was
felt,
a cash grab.
oh my god, like I like I want somebody to make another Eon Flux movie because I hated that one so much. I was like that
Yep.
was like one of the first times I remember being like so excited to see something and then being like completely let down by it. Like
Damn, you was
just like,
excited to go to. You're like, hey, on flux, hey, on flux.
yeah, I don't know what it was, but like
That was a shitty
I'm
movie.
yeah, bro. Like, yeah, good actors. Like they tried, but nah, it
Yeah.
wasn't good. But the Fifth Element is, like I
The
think
Fifth Element also had the pure evil as its bad guy. Like, it's
yeah,
just like everything was just like archetypes, like, and just told so well and like layered, like, because the bad guy. There's like two bad guys. There's the human, like, who's just a henchman essentially
yeah.
for the big ball of just literal evil in space. Like, it's great, man.
Right. Yeah, nah, it's a great it's a great like first movie of that kind to watch because it really does lay things out in like a like this is a protagonist, like this is what an antagonist is, like this big ball
Yeah.
of evil, like
Yeah.
it's like it's really weird and out there and kind of like a risky movie, but also very like simple is the wrong word, but it's like very like direct and just very like you could you could like teach a class about like the way that
Yeah.
movie tells a story, like it's just like really that might be the best thing Luc Besson ever made. Or no, I take it back because Leon the Professional exists. But like
Yeah, that's just fire.
yeah, the Professional is fucking crazy. But yeah, no, like that, yeah, the Fifth Element's a fantastic movie.
And
I
then
really
Chris
love it.
Tucker, COVID.
So Fifth Element's great. We all love the Fifth Element. What so like with music, like when did music first come into your life and when did you first fall in love with that?
Yeah, so music was actually a pretty like late blooming love in my life. Um, I was always real pack was video games, and like I thought I was gonna be a programmer. Um, but when I got into high school, um, that's like when I started even caring about music. It started with someone had Daft Punk Discovery album on CD, and they're like,
Hey.
"Yo, listen to this shit." Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like I would listen to that shit. I would listen like from day to night on repeat. Like I would sleep with the headphones on just only listening to to that album. And like before that, like music was something that was just like be in the background at a party or will come in from outside. Like I would never put on music on my own. Like I was that
Wow.
detached from it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't
what I
I can't
like the
imagine
one
what you're telling me.
time.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's so crazy.
Yeah, like there was just like a couple moments in my life where there was like something I fucked with enough to put on, and it was like Little Mermaid album when I was like in fucking like preschool, first grade. Under the sea, like, and I, I fucked. I had like a little period around like the fifth grade where I fucked with NSYNC, with the No Strings Attached
Yeah.
album.
Who didn't, man? Yeah, No
But
Strings Attached was a
then
moment.
like aside short-lived, mostly never being someone who pressed play on music, and that's when I started listening to rap as well, because I went to high school in the Bronx, and there's a lot of people either rapping themselves or always just talking about rap, and it's just like eventually just like let me see what's up.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, so like ninth grade was when I really started appreciating music, just period. Started with Daft Punk. I think went on to System of a Down. Um and
Toxicity got us through it. What a great album.
yeah, that shit is incredible. And and yeah, I eventually came around to Cassidy. Cassidy was the first rapper I got into.
Sounds
He it was just like all fucking punchlines, just like every second you could be like, whoa, what the fuck? That was lit. And then the first person I got into their whole catalog was Eminem. And
right.
like LimeWire or like Kazaa, whichever one was a thing at this time. And I was just like, it was just like the hunt. Like I'll just put Eminem and just download whatever songs I could find. And it's like, it was the most unorganized way to look for shit because I didn't have like a list to reference. So I was
Right.
just like, can I find the new Eminem song? Like, and yeah, man, I eventually um wanted to do it myself. But it started with Daft Punk.
Right. Man. Oh, Daft Punk was, yeah, like that album in particular, like just like the harder, better, faster, stronger, and like I really love Digital Love from that album too. That's such a fucking beautiful song to me.
Digital Love is, yeah, that shit puts you in like a certain. It feels like its own universe. My
Yeah.
my favorite, I was Aerodynamic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with the
Oh
guitar
yeah,
like
and
yeah, that shit.
God.
Yeah,
That and
cause like I started getting into. I was gonna say I started getting into like trying to learn how to play guitar. So like that song, like with the electric guitar, I was very interested in like all the notes, all the yeah. It was more interesting to me than lyrics.
right. And then to like counter that with somebody like Cassidy who's like super like hyper lyrical in that way is just like that's an interesting contrast. I like that because like yeah, like Cass, like for people like our age and a little maybe like a little younger, like those like the like mid to younger millennials, like Cassidy was a that was like our shit, like Dipset,
I
Cassidy,
was a
fucking like
time.
Fab, like that was like being in the tri-state, like you were on one of those three waves. Like if you weren't on all three, you were on at least
Yo,
one of them. You know, like
when
God.
he dropped that the one where he's battling himself, he's like, "You a star, nigga." I was
Mm-mm. Man, I thought Cassidy was gonna take over the world. And then 10 years, 15 years later, he made that fucking there's that video. You see the video of him making the beat
his
and it's terrible.
making beat.
Yeah.
And you like
Poor guy, man.
had
Shout out to
that
Cassidy.
accident though.
What happened?
Yeah, shout out
He
Cassidy.
had an
Shout out
accident?
Cassidy. he did have that accident years ago. Like, wasn't he? Did he almost die? And yeah, like
Oh
he had to like
yeah,
relearn how to talk and everything. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to.
right. Oh
With
damn,
his
I forgot.
disappearance, yeah, like it was
I forgot all
like
about that.
he was never able to really recover from that.
Right. Oh man,
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. Shout out to Cassidy, man. Damn, I forgot all about that. Man, I gotta go do my homework again on that because just I'm mad I forgot about that. so
That yeah.
so from there,
He didn't milk it the way Kanye did his accident. That was man.
right?
He should he shouldn't have been like the
then
album title like relearn to rap like whatever like you wouldn't have forgotten.
right. And on top of that, you know, like it was a little different because like Kanye hadn't started like that was like him starting as a solo artist. So that was like that, so you know, like Through the Wire was like a statement piece. You know, like it made sense that he did it that way. But like if like if I remember correctly, the Cassidy shit happened like a not too far into his career, but like a decent amount of the way. Like not even like if he had done something like
It was
that, it
like
would have
right
been
after his biggest hit.
right.
Yeah, I think it was
So
after like his biggest album. Yeah.
either way, it would have been interesting to see if he had done something like that. But you know, like you also like people shouldn't have to fucking perform their shit like that if they don't want to. You know, like like that's a choice. Like you can choose to
Yeah.
do that or you can choose to not. It's all up to you. But shout out to Cassidy for real.
Shout out.
Um so as you started getting older and you kind of have both these things going on at the same time, just like kind of experiencing music, experiencing film, was there ever a point where you realized that the two of them like consciously, or was there ever a point where you consciously realized that the two could be interlinked, like how like a movie could complement a song or vice versa?
I don't know. Do you mean just more so in like the grand scheme of things as both movies and films, or you mean just like as in terms of my career, like marrying the two?
Just in general, not even specifically when it comes to your career, just like a
Just like how much music affects film. Well, you know,
yeah,
the Batman with fucking Seal
right.
and it's just like that shit is like so you think of like one makes you think of the other makes you think of but nah, yeah, like I went to college for film and like there was definitely a lot of discussion about how much the sound might even be more important than the film.
Hmm.
And like I really believe that because it's like you could have uh like a fucking the lowest res camera filming Jack Nicholson in his prime, acting at his best. And but like the audio is clear, you can hear the voice. There's like a fucking musical score under it. It's gonna feel just like a cinematic masterpiece, just the same. But if you have a high like IMAX camera filming Jack Nicholson and like the audio's fucking distorted, you can barely hear what he's saying. The fucking music sucks. Like, you know, like this shit is ass. Like
Yeah.
so I really feel like the Sonics could when the moment I discovered that, I think was probably in college being told by my teachers. It wasn't like a self-realization.
Right. But either way, you
But
know,
then I
like
was like, oh, okay, now that I'm thinking about it and looking around, like, you know, what are you
right.
gonna say either way?
Yeah, oh yeah, like either way, like that shit is real. Cause like there's a reason why once directors realized you could like make movies with sound that people stopped making silent movies. You know, like and like it's you know, like film is
Yeah, like this is dumb.
like like film is obviously like a visual medium and that's always going to be like the focal point and it should be, but
Yeah.
like but you're right, like that's absolutely right. Like you watch like the movie could be like like I never really thought about it in like those literal terms, which is crazy because I also went to school for cinema studies and that specific thing never came up. But like, yeah, like you could really watch something that looks beautiful, but like if the sound, like if you could tell that there's supposed to be sound, whether it's a
Yeah,
score or dialogue, and it just like it doesn't sound good, like yeah, it's gonna mess with the experience.
it pulls you out of
Like,
the like the world, like
right, and like those, like that's like such a when filmmakers had the technology to incorporate film and sound in that way, like it became even more difficult to like make movies because having that balance and playing with and subverting that, just like you're just opening up an entire new avenue of an experience. Like we don't think about it like that because like we're so used to watching sound and image work together, but
yeah,
imagine just like being in like the 20s and the 30s, and they just like I almost imagine that it's like if people like I almost imagine it's like people going from like directly sampling from like records or from like recordings on the radio to like a beat machine, or even like going from like a
yeah.
beat machine to something like Fruity Loops or Pro Tools. Like it's just like this, it just completely breaks the shit open and offers all these new ways to like
Yeah,
manipulate shit and like present it, like just like
and
imagine like it's just
that's
it's,
where
it's
the
just crazy.
creativity, like the creativity of the artist of like, what does this new technology mean for the story I'm trying to tell? How can I fucking manipulate this in ways that like maybe have been done before or haven't been done before, but just that like really drive home the emotion. Like I I'm thinking about specifically one class I had where we're looking at like films as they were coming, like the earlier films and sound design. And at first, they had like just a very like, oh, just try to make it as clean as possible. Um, but not really having an open mind beyond that, where you would find a scene where if like one scene was rainy and like the sound was kind of like you could hear the rain in the background, and
Yeah.
then when they shot the other angle, there wasn't any. Like instead of just adding rain sound to the other one and just making it like a whole like new kind of thing, they would just like try to like reduce the sound of the one thing. But then I was just like, I don't know if what I'm describing is coming across, but but it's just, it was interesting to see the different moments in which people had themselves in a box of what you could do, when it's just
Yeah.
like now it's just second nature of just like, yeah, just do this, do that, like, you know what I mean?
Right. It's almost like you can almost compare it to something like when TikTok first became a thing and like people are learning the editing software now. And like I just posted a video today and I saw they just incorporated the new studio like into the posting, and like and like it kind of streamlines
Yeah,
posting and makes it a little bit easier. So like it's just like, like being for people like our age going from something like Vine to going to like Instagram and then going to TikTok, like it's just like
yeah,
it's just like you think about like people like in like the sense of like Bane from like Batman just being like, like like you were only like you only like adopted the thing, like I was born
yeah, I was
into it,
born in
molded
it,
by it, like it's
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it's 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 just like that relationship of just like, like adopting something versus like being born
being
into
born
it and
in it.
not knowing any different. Like that's really cool to me and really interesting, and just like something that's like, unless we get our memories wiped, is never really something we're going to be able to experience in that way again, type shit.
Yeah,
It's really cool to me. I like that.
and it's for us especially because we ain't the youth no more, is like
Right.
trying to, is that balance of like, there's always gonna be that desire of trying to learn good enough to where it seems like you were born in it.
Mhm.
It's just like, even though we already know it's not possible, it's like being born in it is always gonna be like edge above.
Right.
Being
Yeah.
is always gonna be a little more better in the dark than
Right.
that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just about finding that balance of like self-awareness when you use stuff that isn't necessarily like yours, quote unquote, in that way, but also just like 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 they're like, obviously it's cool if people want to do what they need, like there's a difference between like, who's a good example? There's a difference between somebody like, man, you remember that, so like on Mary J. Blige's last album, she has a drill song, and it's kind of wild. Like
I
it's
never
like
heard
not
that.
great. It's a fucking trip. Like they really just put Auntie Mary on some like it's like her and 5 Foreign, like there's a difference between
Incredible.
something like that, and like there's a difference between somebody like really trying to make that reach and it not working all the way, but still being like a fun song, but being like, like you got no business doing that, Auntie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and like somebody who like has a cool TikTok account. I'm like blanking on a name right now, but like somebody who wasn't born into it, but just kind of like found a home on it in a way that feels organic and doesn't, and it isn't just like get off this shit, grandpa type shit.
Right,
But
right. That middle
um
ground.
right, exactly. And since we're here, I was gonna ask this later, but I guess I'll ask it now since we're already talking about TikTok. You've grown kind of a crazy following on there, and seeing that happen for you was really dope. So like, how did that start? Like, when did you? I mean, like, I don't want to ask like when did you think it was time to, because like most everybody is trying to make their way on, but like when did you, what inspired you to first start trying TikTok, and when did you first realize that it was a thing that was like, it was just a thing? Like, when were you first like, oh shit, like I popped, or like
Yeah.
relatively,
So the birth of my like of it is kind of like I was born in the darkness already. It's like I studied film because I've always wanted to make movies. So I've always been like making skits, making little short films,
Yep, always.
making things that like go like if I make a song, I might make a skit that's directly related to the song to promote it. So that's kind of exactly what happened with my blowing up on TikTok. Not kind of, it is. I had a skit that I made years ago, like before TikTok existed,
Yeah.
that when TikTok came out, they were like, "Oh, you could just post things and see what happens." I'm like, "All right, let me post this skit that I had and see what happens." And that shit blew up. Got like a fucking, I think like 500,000 in one day of views, and I was just like, "Holy shit!"
Right.
Yeah. So at that point, it was just like I just gotta keep it going, and at the point there was a little adapting to see, all right, what's the format that's more typical, because like my shit was like widescreen, so I started shooting like vertical, um, and yeah, it was just really just more about starting to be like, it forced me to become more consistent with stuff I was already doing, but had a way more lax like time frame of like, oh, I could make one every fucking 6 months. Like, and I was
I
like, you
feel
might
you.
need three a day. Like,
At least.
yeah.
Yeah. Um so even further back than that, like when did you first decide that you wanted to make music for real? Like when did it go from you just fucking with Daft Punk and Cassidy to being like, oh, like I want to like do this for real?
So there was actually some very specific things that happened. Uh Nas dropped Hip Hop Is Dead,
Mm-hmm.
and it was around the time that I had specifically just started liking rap. So that felt, he was one of the people who I was studying, like was the like, because I had my math teacher was like a mentor, and he was like, you gotta listen to 36 Chambers, you gotta listen to Illmatic.
Yeah.
um so it's like I'm in the middle of like processing Illmatic, and this man who everybody considers is the best rapper and has the best album is like, this genre is done. Like, and I'm like,
Right.
no. Like I took it to heart. It was like, he's saying it, so it's true. Like, why? Like,
Yeah,
I
you and
just
me
got
both,
here.
man.
Yeah. And then around that same time, Method Man's 421 the day after came out. And there's a song with him and Redman. I forget the name of it. But Redman says, you're sick and tired of whack rappers, then act now. It was a call
Right.
to action. Like, so the fact that hip hop was dead, and he's saying it, like kind of unrelated, but he's like, if you're tired of that, then fucking start rapping. Like, be better. Like, so me and my friend, we both were into both these albums, and we're just like, yo, we should start rapping. As corny as it is, literally to save hip hop.
Hey,
Yeah, it was
man.
like a direct, super direct response. Like, nah, like I was cool with just being a fan, but now that it's dead, I feel a sense of responsibility. Like, I want to do this shit now. And the first thing I made was horrible. It was like we were both in the classroom, like, you write a verse, I write a verse. It's gonna be all about code related things. Make every bar that just have to do with freezing temperatures or whatever. Like, you got yours, I got mine. So after class, we went to my mentor, my math teacher, and we're like, yo, we was excited. We're like, we both just did a verse. You gonna be the judge of this. He's my boy spits his verse first, and teacher's like, oh shit, like I ain't know you could. You had that in you. And I'm like, oh, he like his shit, you gonna love mine. So I start rapping. I'm like, slush, mush, like. And he fucking had like the only like face of disgust. He was just like, you do not need to be rapping,
He
Tyrone.
said,
Like, that
"You
was
thought."
yeah.
You thought. Oh no.
Yeah, he gave me the you thought, motherfucker.
Oh.
So I was crushed by that shit. Like, I took that, like that really, I took it to heart because I wanted his like approval,
Right, of course.
and it was almost like a decision. It was like, you're never gonna be able to tell me that again. And literally, that's what happened. Like, it was like, all right, we making our next song. Like, we're a rap group now. Like, we're doing our next song. Like, let's go. Like, I need to write this next verse. And then rap it back to him.
Yeah, no, of
And
course.
yeah. So that's what happened. It was like, from that next verse on, it was just, I won't say it was the greatest shit ever, but it was good enough and leaps and bounds enough from the first thing where he was just like, all right, okay, like, you could do this, you could rap.
Acceptable. Like,
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's like, throw the beard, the long white beard, the sensei beard. But yeah, like, in my own opinion too, I feel like I never spit a single whack thing after that first verse.
Wow. So this happens, and your OG kind of shits on you, and you come back with something that you feel is better. From there, where did the name Breeze and Bomb come from? And like, I've been meaning to ask you this for years. Like, what does Breeze and Bomb mean? Like, just like,
Yeah.
break that shit down for me. Like, break down Breeze and Bomb for me.
All right. So the type of rappers I was into always had a lot of complexity to everything they were doing, layers to meanings, and I wanted to be that way. And the first type of music I got into, like, I was like listening to My Chemical Romance at the time, like because I started with like Daft Punk and rock, and
Right.
there was a lot of things of like the dark kind of like gothic elements that really like I was drawn to. So I wanted something that was like low key, just related to death. Like, this shit just has to do with death. Like, we had a rap group. We were called Kennedy because like it's like all the Kennedy families is always dying. Like, so it's just
Yeah.
like everybody had like a name. My boy, his name was Regal AU, which is like royal gold, which that was supposed to be like the gold coins put on the eyes when you die. Like, so
Right.
that was the main basis. Is like, that's our parameters. Come up with a rap name within this morbid situation. So the first part is fucking dumb as hell. So the Dave Chappelle skit when he's like, Lysol came through, and so
Yep.
I had a little joke period where I was Febreze as a counter to Lysol. I was Febreze, like the fucking. So what,
Yeah.
I had a bunch of raps already with that, in it. So I was like, so I don't have to change my raps. I'm gonna just drop the foot part, and I'm Breeze now. So I was like, I need like a first name, last name type situation. So what's it gonna be? It needs to be something that really gives that morbid theme. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, embalming fluid uh is, as we all know, what you put. God, I'm like literally just looking through words and shit, like just
Yeah.
trying to like word association, just figure it out, puzzle piece it together. So I find them embalm, and like I'm like, all right, I love that, because with embalming fluid, it's like an effort to preserve like the appearance of like I ain't dead. Like it's just like a futile attempt of like beating death almost, but it does kind of emulate it for a little bit. So there is a certain I I like all everything that like around that, that kind of like failed attempt, but there is an appearance of it.
Yeah.
Um and in my mind, it's like most of the time when I come up with like similes or metaphors or bars, it's things that like my brain might see the connection, but I don't consciously do. And then I kind of just start just giving things meaning or puzzle piecing it together afterwards. And that very much so happened with my name, where and like it has a couple entendres where breeze and balm is like embalm also means like when the air gusts and like the fragrances are imparted onto you, is like it's like it has that second meaning. So it's like breeze and balm is almost a sentence in that I'm putting my shit onto the game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
Yeah.
you gonna feel my presence. It's gonna waft over you. Like it's gonna be chill. It's gonna be cool. Um, so I I had like those different ways of like interpreting the name, where it's about the death and trying to like beat it, trying to putting up an appearance of beating it. Um, but then also embalm as like the wind. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was cool. I like that. Like that's not like I don't think it's like it is a lot, but not in a bad way, you know? Like
Yeah,
that's hard, you know? Like it's cool when like shit means stuff sometimes. Like, you know, it's and you're like that was a name that you stuck with for a while. I think around the time we first met, you were still you were like on the verge of giving the name up. So of course, like
yeah.
you go from Breeze and Bomb to just your birth name Tyrone with the X instead of the O. So why so like what inspired you to change? What inspired the change from Breeze and Bomb to Tyrone? And yeah, yeah, what inspired the change from Breeze and Bomb to Tyrone?
There was a couple of factors. Um, for one, I felt like every time I told someone my name, I had to repeat it or say embalm, like embalming fluid. Like it wasn't a word that was just on people's like lexicon enough where it's like, I know
Right.
what you're saying. Like, so that I never liked that part of it, where it was just like, embalm like embalming fluid. Every time I say breeze embalm like
Right,
embalming
right,
fluid.
right.
Like,
That could get you know that could get annoying. I can imagine.
yeah. And then it was also very lyrical miracle, almost just implied within, like it's just like it sets a certain brand image where it's just like, even if there are no rules to life, like it just kind of sets a tone to what the songs have to be about, what the like,
Hmm.
where I felt like I wanted to go in a way where it wasn't that anymore, where it was more personal. Um, because I feel like in my musical creation process, that's one thing that I've been evolving towards. Where at the beginning it was very strictly stories that I'm either just making up or that I'm seeing that has almost never anything to do with me. Like it's just like observations that I've internalized and like I feel strongly about, but it's not a personal experience. And I think that the name being so different, uh I felt like just kind of was part of that, where being Tyrone, that I felt like I could be more than myself I was becoming, as opposed to who I was as a teenager when I started that. And
Right.
yeah, I won't lie, Kemba changing his name from YC to Cynic to Kemba was also a like, all right, let me ask the question to myself that you asked yourself that made you change your name.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
No. Absolutely.
is this gonna represent the brand that I want? There was so many layers around that, and the most comfortable thing I felt like changing my name to was just my name. Which, interestingly enough, there is meaning now behind the X, almost in the same way as before, where it's just like essentially something random that I'm ascribing meaning to afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like my brain could find meaning in so many things that it's just like that's almost just a process. So I originally just changed my name to Tyrone with an O. I don't know I don't even remember this.
I do. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
real brief. Yeah.
it was super brief. It was like a literal 3-day window of from O to the X. And what happened was, I always knew it was going to be a challenge to break through in the sea of branding, just being a Tyrone with an O with no markers. But I'm like, I'm ready for that shit. As soon as I dropped the first single on my name, my music on Spotify gets lumped in with like 50 other songs of like 50 different artists, all who had the name Tyrone. And I was like, I've made a great mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out the gates, I fucked up.
The SEO monster claimed another victim. Yeah. I feel it. I
Yeah.
feel it.
So it was literally like a all hands on deck scramble of like calling all my friends on like, what do you think should be my adjustment? And everybody threw out ideas. I don't know if the X was my idea or someone else's idea, to be honest. But we went with the X. I later came up with X stands for the Bronx where I'm from.
Of
X
course.
stands for the red X, because it's like in the logo is a red X as well. It also
Mm-hmm.
stands for the mistake I made by coming out with the O and not doing my due diligence, and almost like wearing that as a brand of like, it's like, don't forget the fucking errors you can make when you too hasty, like.
Right.
And I don't know if we were on air when we were talking about this, but when I was telling you about the 10 song structure
Nope.
of
You didn't. Yeah. That was off camera.
yeah, so whenever I make an album, I've always wanted it to just be 10 songs flat, no matter what. And the Roman numeral 10 is X.
Is an X.
So
Yep.
this is like, that was like the trifecta of meaning I gave to the X after it
See,
was created.
bro, it's like I told you, old habits die hard, man. The more things change, the more they stay the
The one is
same.
the same.
Like that's
Yeah.
so funny. Oh my god. So I didn't know I didn't know any of that. So that's crazy just for me, like as your homie to know that. And yeah, like it can't not be said, obviously. Shout out to Kemba. I had him on about a month ago. We all met the same day and
Yeah.
we've all been homies ever since. And I'm just like very grateful to know you.
Likewise, man.
Hell yeah. But what's it called? What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm really interested in the whole idea of I'm interested in the idea of the name change kind of giving you the freedom to make different types of songs. Like that's kind of what I'm stuck on right now, because you look at the self-titled album, your self-titled album Tyrone, and there's so much variety on that album. And like you have a song like Know My Name, you have a song like like Know My Name isn't like New Day, and New
Yeah.
Day isn't like Panic Room, and Panic Room isn't like fucking Feel That Flame, like
Yeah.
all those songs are completely different kinds of songs. So you really came out the gate on some like, like you said, you can't put me in a box. Like I can do
Yeah.
this and this. And there's even like one or two songs where you're rapping in Spanish, if I remember correctly, right?
I
On the
end up
self-titled.
not on the self-titled, but on the follow-up
Okay,
on
right, on
Firestarter.
Firestarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I could be, because I remembered about Firestarter, but I couldn't remember if there was at least one on Tyrone. But like I remember when you first told me you were gonna. I remember when you first told me the album was coming, and then you sent me the Know My Name video, and just like how at that point, the Power Ranger shit was like very much a part. I'm like, I guess it still is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Shout out to Ramon and all that. But fucking,
Yeah,
yeah, man. Like, so like, just to see you kind of come out the gate, just like this is who I am now,
yeah,
and really kind of land on that in such a cool way. And like seeing people come up to you at your show you just had a couple weeks ago and talk about like, oh, I've been fucking with you since Breeze and Bomb, and like people talking to you about songs from the self-titled. And like I know Panic Room is one that's kind of connected with a lot of different people as you started to grow your base in the States and particularly around the world. um and just like I just think that's really interesting, like and like especially to like take that base and go from the self-titled to Firestarter and
yeah,
really kind of lean into it. Like I feel like Firestarter is not quite as varied as Tyrone was. It's a little
yeah.
more reined in, but not in a bad way. Just like you kind of
There's one
said,
producer on Firestarter, so
I
that lends to that a lot for sure.
right. And who and
Yeah.
who and who produced all of Firestarter? I don't know off the top.
Um, he's kind of in a changing not rap names, beat names like situation right now, but his name was My God at the time. It's
Mm-hmm.
Ramon,
Oh, right, of
who
course.
who was the
Okay,
Red Power Ranger.
got you.
Um, so I don't know what he wants to be referred to as, but if you hear all the tags, it's always going like "Ay Dios mío" or um, you know, which means like "Oh my God" in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that tag.
Me too. Shout out to Ramon for real. He's amazing at everything he does. So there are a handful of songs on Firestarter where you do rap in Spanish, and it's something that
Yeah.
you kind of eased into a bit. So, um, what inspired you to start rapping in Spanish? And also, as someone who's multilingual and like particularly somebody who uses words all the time like you do, like do you feel like being multilingual kind of affects the way you write and like the way you like see words and how they get
Mm.
arranged? I'm always like, as someone who could barely speak English sometimes, like
Yeah.
I'm always really interested in how that translates. So like talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I think the first question was like what how did it come about like making the music. Um
Yeah, like what inspired you to start rapping in Spanish?
yeah, so to be honest, I'm very adverse to rapping in Spanish like my whole come up. It was stuff that like, uncles or my brother like would always be like, "Why don't you rap in Spanish? You know Spanish? Rap in Spanish." And I think a lot of multilingual like New York rappers, especially I don't know like the experience of everybody else, but like rappers who grow up in New York and speak Spanish have like a chip on their shoulder of like, I want to prove I'm good at this English shit. Like
I bet, yeah.
there's like a subtextual like if I rap in Spanish, that's some whole other shit that don't gotta do with this New York shit. Like, and I want respect here. So I think that was the element that kept me away from it. When I dropped the self-titled, it was all in English, but it took off a lot in Mexico, where
Right.
yeah. So they there's a certain demographic of Mexicans that speak English in Mexico, like in parts of Mexico. But obviously they all speak Spanish, and there's some people that didn't know what I was saying, but just like fucked with the sound of it. And I felt for the first time like an incentive to rap in Spanish. It was like, all right, the people who are supporting me the most, a lot of time when I'm on live and I'm talking in English, they're like, "Can you talk in Spanish instead? Because I can't understand you." And I'm like, "Oh, well, okay."
Sure,
I'll
why
do it.
not?
Yeah, yeah. Like, sure, yeah. So it's like, let's see what it sounds like if I make Spanish music. And Latin Lover was the first of those. I hit up. I was actually at this restaurant, La Esquina, a Mexican restaurant. Funny enough, and I thought of these English lines. It was just like 2 lines. It's how I end Latin Lover. It's I be talking Spanish in our conversations, and she be getting wet like condensation.
Right.
And I was just like, I made a voice note of that, sent it to Ramon. I was like, I want to do a Spanish song. Use whatever wherever you go with it. Like, just use this as your inspiration. I don't care what it sounds like. Like, send me something back. So what he made was Latin Lover beat, and then I ended up making Latin Lover. I had a lot of fun making it, and I was like, I think I could do this more often.
And then obviously, like, or not obviously, but that's kind of bloomed into this whole new project. How sorry, El Peligro, like fucking like
Yes.
which is your first album entirely done in Spanish. So I've heard some of it, but not all of it at this point. But I'm just curious, like, I mean, I'm like, I feel like you already kind of answered this question, but if you could, like, but just for like elaboration's sake, like, why was now kind of the right time for you to make like the Spanish language album? Like obviously you feel some sort of you feel a little more confident in yourself to be able to do that, but still represent New York the way you do. But I don't want to answer the question for you. Why was now the right time?
No, yeah, it's actually not an obvious answer. The reason, because even though I did like 3 songs in Spanish on Firestarter, my original, like, I still hadn't dived into the concept fully, and I was working on my next English project, which I have like a bunch of songs for already as well. Um, but I did during the pandemic a couple of freestyles to some of the top most popular instrumentals from Mexican rappers, and one of the ones that I did made its way to the producer of that beat, and he fucking loved the freestyle so much that he found me online, DM'd me, and was like, "Bro, if this is how you rapping, I got a beat pack for you, like, for free." Like,
Hey,
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, word? Like, like, it's cool to go viral and like fucking get like people like, because like it had like 1 million plays, I think, on Facebook, and like, a lot of people like were commenting on it, but like to have the person who made the shit be like, I very much approve of this, so much so that I want to hear more of your music on my beats. Like, I'm like, I can't make a fucking English album over these beats. Like, that
Yeah, like,
would
come
not
on
make
now.
sense. Yeah, like that would be a
Yeah.
squandering of a situation. So it felt so like okay, like I just gotta make music on what he sent me, and with the goal of doing some Spanish shit. And I'm really happy with what's been coming out.
What's his name?
Walter Vargas. Um, yeah, Walter Vargas. Yeah,
Shout out to Walter Vargas. That's really, like, that's love, like, because people don't just be sending beats for free for nothing. Like, that's
yeah, hell yeah,
that's love.
hell yeah. I was gassed up.
Right. I mean, like, how could you not be? And like, I feel like, because I want to say it's been about 4 years since you officially made the change. It was like
Yeah,
2017,
2018.
2018-ish. Okay,
Yeah,
2018. So like it's been about 4 years since you made that change. You've kind of, like, you've grown in the sense that you're, like, willing to rap in Spanish and like make Spanish language songs, which is always going to be, like, we're from the same area, so obviously, like, I got fucking reggaeton playing outside my window
yeah.
literally, bro. I keep on meaning to tell you this, like, every single day, like, either some fucking reggaeton or some
Some
bachata,
Bad
like,
Bunny.
just oh, because like I live in an area with like a very heavy Latin population. So like it's just like I have a shop right up the street from my house. Like it's either the two things you're guaranteed to hear in my parking lot are either Bad Bunny or drill. It's always one. It like the songs I hear going past my window, it's either Bad Bunny, G Herbo, Drake, fucking it's a, you know, like it's the kind of mix I'd imagine that y'all have out there all the time. But like, sorry, that was just a that was completely unrelated to what I wanted to ask. I just had that thought. You but you know, I feel like you've done so much and grown in so many different ways and made so many, you've gotten so many looks and made so many connections and just kind of just built these bridges for yourself over the course of these last 4 years. And like even from, you know, like you've gone from Know My Name to like you've played fucking shows in Mexico. Like
Yeah.
you've like you've gone around the world off of your name. You know, like you weren't Breeze and Bomb, you were Tyrone. And
Yeah.
like that's a really beautiful thing to me, you know, like not just like as like a journalist, but like as your friend. Like it's amazing to see you do all that. And like I guess my last like formal question for you is what do you feel is the biggest difference between Breeze and Bomb and Tyrone? How do you feel, how do you feel you've grown the most as an artist over the course of the last like 4 years?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing has been the North Star of like figuring out how to be more personal, or what that even means to me to be more personal. Um, because part of like I said, the Breeze and Bomb ethos was a very detached element to anything that has to do with a lived experience. Like I even had songs where it was just like a whole mythology that I was creating, and just all type of weird. I would really venture into some weird areas, but well, one thing I would never venture into is just like my emotions about anything.
Right.
And I think that's why Panic Room was one of the songs that connected with so many people, because it's like I would say the song where I most like had where I most was focused on the North Star of like get personal, be Tyrone. And it's like it not every detail I mention is specifically about my life. I might say some shit that's not exactly true. Like I say, I was driving around and I don't have a license, you know. So I take certain liberties like that. But I feel like just the emotional truth, trying to find that like emotional truth over trying to create fucking, I don't even know what I was trying to create. Like, I think I was trying to create like mythologies, to be honest. Like, and that's it, being myself and discovering myself as opposed to discovering the outside world. I
Right.
would say is
I think that's right. I got up because I wanted to show you that I still got my Panic Room hat.
a yes.
It's been fucking, it stares at me up in this corner in my room over here every night. It's a little dusty right now, but I'll fix that later. But yeah, you know, like I think I gotta I nah, this is like a lint roller situation.
It's
But nah,
critical.
but nah, bro. I think it shows, it shows in the stuff you've been making and in the way people are kind of have been latching onto it over the course of really the last like 2 years in particular. And like, you know, like you don't just go, you don't get called to do shows in different countries like if you don't have music that connects with people, you know, like that's like a, that's real shit.
A
And
trip, a
you,
trip for me. What? Sorry to cut you off, but
no, it's
like,
cool.
and being in Mexico and having them like rap along to my English lyrics, but then like they can't talk to me in English. Like I have to talk to them in Spanish. Like that shit felt good.
Yeah, that was, you know, like that's like a full circle moment for you, just kind of, you know, like that's, yeah, like I don't even have anything slick or clever, like that's just like a full circle moment. And you
Yeah.
really, you know, like you did that on your, you did that on your own and really built something special that people like care about. And that's, you know, that's crazy, like that's great.
I
I'm just
I
happy for you.
literally did that on my own. Like I didn't even have opening acts. I did a 2-hour set. Like I went ham. Yeah, it was a good time.
And like now you did something similar. What's it been, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks since the
I think
Chelsea
like
Music Hall show?
yeah, like two so weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
and things, like things are only going up from here. Whenever El Peligro drops, I know it's like, I think obviously you got something special. I think you got something special, and
thank you.
yeah, of course. It's just I'm just very, 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 very happy to see you really like stepping into yourself, and like, like you're about to present something to the world that's really gonna like, we like, once again, like that's like the full circle moment, is like the first Spanish album for you. Like that's clearly something that's important to you, and I can't wait to hear it. And y'all should go fuck with my man on Patreon, because he has a Patreon, and go do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Go fuck with Tyrone with an X, Tyrxne, at fucking Patreon and everywhere else pretty much.
Yeah.
I realize now, whenever I have people on, I don't plug people's, so like I got plug people's socials in like
The
in like
descriptions.
in the description, but I never, you're the first person I've been like, go, so like that's, I
It's
got
a
you.
first, baby.
Yeah, you already you already
Hall of
know.
Fame.
So my very, very, very last question for you. If your life was a movie, what would it be about?
Ooh. All right. If my life was a movie, it would be about a zombie outbreak, and I would not be the hero. I would be the first zombie. I'd be patient zero.
Yeah, Patient Zero. Patient Zero is a crazy ass name too. I'm surprised that I can't think of any movie called Patient Zero. I can't think of any musician called Patient
Patient
Zero.
zero.
Like Patient Zero either
That shit
sounds
hard.
like, honestly, like that he either, like they either sound like Patient Zero would either be like the craziest rapper that nobody knows about, or
Yeah.
like some like D tier X-Men character, just like, oh, like Patient Zero, like,
Yeah.
it's like their power is like they're sick, like type shit.
They're
But
sick.
like, yo, but
Not only am I sick, I am sick with it.
come on now, but T, I don't have any more questions, but like, thank you, man. This was so much fun, and
Yeah, hell
like,
yeah, man. I could talk to you for like 12 hours straight.
yeah, man, we've already done it before. Like, we already been walking up and down streets and just talking about bullshit for 2 hours. So yeah, like this is like, just the fact that people can hear it is cool,
Yeah,
but just
hell yeah.
like, but nah, like, like I'm happy we were finally able to get something, because like I know we've been working at something for a while, and I'm happy I could finally make that happen in some way. And just obviously, like, I'm proud of you, and just like, I can't wait to hear this project and really see people. That's the beautiful thing about being, I mean, like, I haven't heard the project yet, but like being in this position where like, music is coming, and then you get to hear it before everybody else.
Yeah,
A lot of people treat that as like, oh, I already heard it, so I only get to experience the thrill of it once. But it's not like that for me. Like, like the trust that, like the trust of getting music early is always something that like means a lot to me, because it's like, you trust me enough to want to hear it. But then when it comes out, you get to watch people react to it, and
yeah,
that's like reliving it all over again to me. Like, I think that's an extra layer of it that people don't really appreciate. And we should all be grateful to even be able to say like, hey, I got so and so's music early. Like, people are trusting us with your art and shit. It's crazy. But yes,
yeah, yeah.
man, thank you so much. I'm rambling. I'm sorry, but
I love it. I'm here for the rambles.
yo, but man,
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you
always,
for
man.
inviting me on. It was a pleasure.
Always, always. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.